Hello and welcome to Esther's Kitchen. Today we are not doing any cooking. Today I am here to share my weight loss journey with you all. So stay tuned in. You don't want to miss this. It's my journey and I thought it would be awesome and good to share with you all on how I lost 40 pounds after having my children. I'm going to introduce myself. I'm a mom of 5 and I'm a nurse. I'm a YouTuber and I am also a chef. I cook a lot, so that's me. I'm going to give you a little bit of background about myself and what made me get started in this journey and how did I start and how did I gain weight and all that. I'll go first by talking about how all my childhood I was this skinny kid. All my teenage years I was skinny. I think they call it 1GB now. Yeah, I was that kid. But as soon as I had my first child, I went like this. Like I got literally big. My face was all chubby. And at first, because I've never been big all my life, I was like, I think I look cute, with all chubby cheeks and all that. I've never seen that in my life. So I was like, I kind of look cute. And, everybody thought like, I look good. And for some time, I was like, okay, I was happy with me gaining weight. And it got to a point where I was just gaining weight between my work schedule, taking care of children, and with my cooking business, I started gaining more and more weight. And it got to a point I was like, my cute dresses did not fit me anymore. I had to start all over buying new clothes. The biggest size I was ever been was size 16. And I was like, I don't think this is good. I love to dress up. I was not comfortable, especially the way I felt, because with the weight gain, unless you feel something is not right, I think that's kind of like where you start. But all this time, I kept telling myself, well, I'm going to start next week, and now it goes by without starting. But the main thing that made me wake up from my sleep was when I received this call that my dad was no longer here, and this was a wake up call for me. And I was like, I really don't want to go like him. He died from a heart attack, and I hated that. I was angry for some time, and I was like, I was not ready. I was not ready for my dad to just go like that. I needed that time. I needed to say goodbyes, and this never happened to me. And I was left without closure, and I was like, Lord, I really don't want to go like this. So that was a wake up call for me, and I had to do something about my weight. And that's when I started. And it was kind of hard for me to start, because I was like, do I start with the exercise? Do I start with eating healthy? Do I start with, where do I start? But I had my mind set that I was going to do better. I was going to get healthier, and I was determined. And I'm telling you, in this weight loss journey, you have to be determined in everything that you plan to do. So I started with smoothies. I did smoothies for 7 straight days without eating, and this was working. I lost weight, but I'm telling you, if you looked at me, you'd think I was sick or something, because I look so unhealthy, because nobody is supposed to live off by just doing smoothies all week long, and that I looked unhealthy. And the thing that got me really mad, and doing smoothies is expensive, fruits are expensive, and I was angry because my weight bounced back to where I was as soon as I stopped doing the smoothies. And I was like, this ain't working. There gotta be a better way. I did a detox. I think it's a Dr. Oz's detox. It worked. It's a 3-day detox, and that really worked. It helped me. I gained my energy back. But I was like, I gotta come up with a plan on how to lose all these extra weight. So I was like, okay, what do I do? And right away, I cut off all carbonated beverages. I stayed away from refined sugars. I stayed away from any processed food. I stayed away from anything refined, anything canned, and I started eating real food, healthy food. I added more vegetables, I added more fruits to my diet, and this is fresh fruits, more in my diet. I started eating more complex carbs instead of eating simple sugars, simple carbs. And by just doing that alone, by just drinking water, eating anything that's unprocessed, anything that's not refined, anything that's not processed, I only ate fresh. And I tried to eat a whole lot of organic stuff. And by just doing this, I was able to get my energy back. I was losing weight, and I was gaining my my mental clarity there, and I was feeling good, and I was feeling different. And above all, it was not just looking good, but I felt good. My energy I was able to get my energy back. I was able to do more stuff with my children, and this really helped. So I did the clean eating, and I also did exercise, and this helped too. I started working out at home, and I bought a few equipments here and there to kind of help me. I used the videos online, and these kind of helped me. But the problem that I had working out at home was that I was not having enough motivation. And some days I'll put off my exercise, and I'll say, oh well, I'll do these, I'll do that tomorrow. I kept putting things off, and I was not fully motivated. So this was a challenge for me, and I decided to enroll myself with Planet Fitness. Thank goodness for this gym. And when I went over there, I met this coach who really helped me to understand what workouts I needed, and she advised me about cardio. Cardio is everything. It was everything for me. And I'll do cardio, and then I'll do full body workout. I exercise a whole lot on my legs, my core. She had classes to do like core classes, and these really helped me. And at Planet Fitness, I found this group, and this group was an awesome group of people that I just met who had the same issues like me, who needed help, and we all worked together, and we became friends. They were like what for all of us, and we helped each other, we motivated each other, we learned each other's stories, and became me. Like every day I did not want to miss to go work out, and every single time I missed to go to work out, they will call me, they will check on me. So what I'm talking about here is that beside working out, it's always good to have a support group. Support group is really important, and anybody who is planning to be in this journey needs to get in a support group and have people who have the same goal kind of work out together, and with this support group it'll help you to kind of stay motivated and to kind of stay up your workout and everything else. So that's what I did. And with the clean eating, I had to learn how to shop, like know how to do your groceries. And I hear people most of the time say that they struggle with stopping to drink sodas and stuff. Bread was my weakness, and I'm telling you, if you don't need it, don't bring it in the house. That was my thing, and that's kind of how it works. If you don't need it, write down the list of the things that you need and the stuff that you don't need. So you can do these things. Just take baby steps in everything that you do. Discipline is the key. Discipline is the key here, because in anything that you do, if discipline is not there, nothing much gets done. So this is up to you. Find what works for you, find what's comfortable for you. You don't have to do like somebody else's did, but find out what works for you, good. And for those who have problems with eating vegetables, introduce vegetables one at a time. Start with the ones that you like. Introduce different ones every day, and that can work for you. So you have to love yourself for you to be in this journey. I loved myself. I wanted to do better. I wanted to have my energy back. I wanted to live a little bit longer for my children and be able to see them, and not having to have my life shortened because I suffered from this and that. And that's kind of like how I got healthy. And I'm here as a proof to you guys that this is doable. You can get your vitality back. You can have it doesn't matter. I'm here to prove to you, even after having multiple kids, you can still do this. You can still have beautiful body. You can still have a healthy body, and don't get discouraged. One day at a time. Yeah, those days that I felt like quitting, but I pressed on. I still do. I'm not where I'm supposed to be, but I'm pushing on. I want to be healthy. I want to stay a little bit longer for my children. Make your water a friend. I always have a cup of water everywhere. And for those who have issues drinking water, add lemon and other stuff that will help you be able to drink more water and like water. Have detox programs that I have. I'm going to make videos on them, but in the meantime I have videos, healthy food, cooking videos that I have in YouTube. If you haven't checked that, please go do so. Subscribe to my channel if you're new to this channel. I will appreciate that, and please, I'll see you again next time in the next video. Thank you.